This episode of Super Legit brought to you by an earnest promise to get better microphones in future episodes, space stamps, and listeners like you. All right, welcome to the Super Legit podcast. I am Jet Kaufman. We can afford me. We have a group of pretty impressive people around me, and by around me, I am talking in their own homes very, very far from me because we are still quarantining. Let's start with Chris Compton. Hey, Chris Compton, what's your mother's maiden name?
It is, my mnemonic is to list out all my credit card numbers.
I'm ready at any time. I'm
4354-9732-8462-001.
Great. All right.
Oh, that's my social security number. Sorry.
All right. We've got Michael Hyman here. Michael Hyman, how many teeth is too many teeth?
When you're biting on something and you can bite into a tooth, that's too many teeth.
I like it. All right. Stephen C. James is here from the beginning of the show for us this time. Stephen C. James, what is the one thing that never, ever belongs in a pie?
I would say human fingers.
Gotta disagree with you on that one.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Controversial.
We've got Chris Compton up next. No, we already did Chris Compton. Chris Sanders. So many Chris's. It's just two. It's just two Chris's. That's all we have is the two. But my brain, ADHD, it just gets overwhelmed so fast, and 2 is a huge number for me. In fact, 2 teeth was the answer. It was the correct answer to too many teeth was 2.
Also disagree.
Speaking of 2, Chris Sanders, if 2 can be as lonely as 1, why do we even bother to wash the dirty cup that's been next to the sink for the last week?
Well, because your wife will get on your ass about it. At least mine will.
Fair enough. All right. I mean, he answered it.
Like, I don't leave dirty cups by the sink for a week. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Gosh, we live very different lives. And last up, I think, because again, numbers right now, not my thing. Josh Spence. We've got Josh Spence here. Josh Spence, aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
I am glad you didn't say banana. And on behalf of Pod Chicken, which is a subsidiary who sponsors us today, think of pods and chickens instead of bananas. That's all I got to say.
Love it. Love it. Callbacks are my jam. All right, guys. So we're gonna try not to be topical, although I think we can kind of lean on something a little bit just because it seems like a really good jumping off point.
I have something topical.
Oh, okay. All right.
Barbershops were finally open yesterday.
Barbershops.
I, however, almost ran a drug deal last week to get a black market haircut. Scary.
Wow.
So I have a friend at work who comes in Monday, really nice haircut. I was like, dude, where did you get that haircut? He's like, oh, I know somebody who knows somebody. Can't tell you about it. I was like, well, if you tell me about it, I'm willing to pay a little extra because I understand the times that we're living in. He goes, let me see what I can do. 2 weeks.
Listen to that privilege.
Right? 2 weeks go by. I don't hear anything. I get a text at 11:30 at night, right before I'm about to go to bed. My buddy Ray, he goes, hey, my guy will see you tomorrow. Bring $40 cash, okay? He doesn't do credit cards. Okay, sure. Okay. So we're going the whole day. I'm like, hey, man, I'm excited to get this haircut. He's like, stop talking about it, okay? I don't want people to know that you're getting a haircut, okay? Just let it happen, okay? It's a thing. Okay, sure. So I'm not talking about it. Sends me a text around noon. He goes, here's the deal. Here's the address. Park across the street at the hotel. You're going to walk across. When you start walking across, here's the number you want to text. Stand in front of this building. They'll ID you with a camera, knock 3 times, and they'll let you in. So I sit in front of the place, looked at the camera, knocked 3 times, finally got let in, getting a haircut. Every 5 minutes, they stop cutting my hair. They have like 4 or 5 different cameras outside the building. You can change the direction on them. They're looking for cops. I was like, wow, you guys seem pretty jumpy. He's like, oh, no, we got raided yesterday, so we got to make sure we keep everything on the low.
Wow.
And I'm sitting here like, I'm a big old fat guy in a barbershop chair with like.
Oh, you're still talking about barbershop. I really thought we switched over to drugs.
No, man, this is all a haircut. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, he did a really good job, and he did like a shave. So I have like shaving cream on my face. I have like, the haircut guard on, and I'm in a chair. If we get raided,
Super.
My friend, come here. Come closer, my friend. You, sir, come here.
Yeah.
You look like someone who needs hamster. You need hamster?
That's what I'm here for.
All right. Yes, at the moment I look in your eyes, which is hard with the mask that you wear, it covers the entire face. But the moment I look in your eyes, I say, this man has hamster-shaped hole in life.
Yeah. I guess that's the nice way to put it. I didn't realize. I mean, we're in a weird back alley. I didn't know that we needed to still speak in innuendo, but sure, yeah, I got a hamster-shaped hole in my life.
Right.
Anyways, you got them hamsters.
I got them hamsters. Well, I don't have the hamsters here because that would be dangerous and foolish of me. I could get raided, lose my entire hamster supply. It's very expensive. But do you follow me? Now, hold on.
I'm not sure if we're still on innuendo or not, but a hamster raid would be cool. I didn't bring the cash for that.
Not rave. Raid.
Yeah, raid. Yeah. Hamster rave is completely different.
No, hamster rave, I mean, if you buy enough hamsters, you'll have hamster rave, and I have the supply. So you want hamster rave with a V, you give me enough money, I give you all the hamsters you need.
Look,
I even
only
have
got
a
the
small
cash.
Bluetooth boombox for you and everything. You get the sound going, hamsters go rave, rave, rave. Very happy experience.
Look, things are really difficult right now, all right? I'm one of millions of unemployed. I only gathered enough cash for a single hamster. It's really just a one-way ticket here.
This is fine. You don't need to explain yourself to me. I supply hamsters to people who need them. There's no judgment here, all right? We all have our vices in life. Mine is selling the hamsters. Yours is buying the hamsters. It's fine.
Right. Yeah, Franklin the hamster guy. That's what people call you.
This is what people call me?
Yeah, Franklin the hamster guy.
Franklin, is this guy cool or not? Is he cool?
Is
he cool? Is this guy cool?
Thank you. I'm about to check. I appreciate your due diligence here. Lift your shirt. Lift your shirt.
Yes, I'm the muscle, so let me know if this guy's cool. If not, I can fuck him up. Just let me know.
Yes,
Wait, I gotta
cool?
wait.
Cool?
Lift my
hey,
shirt.
Dude, are you cool?
Look, I'm not.
Are you cool, dude?
I'm really cool. Are you kidding? I buy hamsters on the black market.
I mean, that's a cool thing, absolutely.
Thank you.
There's nothing cooler than buying hamsters, but we gotta make sure you're not wearing a wire or an undercover cop.
Yeah, if you are a cop, you have to kiss me. So, tell me. You have to tell me.
Right. Yeah, no. But wait a minute. Same goes for you. If you're a cop, you gotta tell me, because where did you come from, Muscle?
Oh, role reversal
I was
here.
waiting there behind the corner where Muscle hides. Muscle hides because Muscle does not want to be seen until Muscle is needed. You were taking forever talking about hamster this, hamster that. I was like, I might need to muscle this guy unless he's a cop, which if he was, he would have to tell you.
Okay. Look, Franklin, I just gotta say, this dude seems like he has a bit of a put-on accent. You sure he's not a cop?
I'm gonna say, you bring up an interesting point. Brutus, you've worked with me for, what, a week now?
Yes, I'm the new Muscle, yes.
Yes, after the old Muscle, he disappeared rather mysteriously. We have to admit that. Just one day here, next day just a hamster-shaped hole in the ground.
Hey, boss, real quick, just want you to know, hey, I'm going to be gone probably for the next month or so you'll need to get some new muscle. Just, don't forget that I'm telling you right now I'm leaving, okay?
I'm sorry. I was thinking about hamsters. What was that?
Okay, bye.
Oh, you're gone.
I mean, I remember you telling me that story. It was very mysterious the way he left.
Yes, and then you just show up, and you've been great. I mean, I don't want to take that away from you, Brutus. You've been fantastic at the job so far. Top notch, but...
Well, thank you. Thank you.
It's a little mysterious how you just show up.
The problem is not, Franklin. It's not between me and you, right? We have had, over 144 hours to develop this relationship. It's this guy, right? It's this guy.
This is
it's
good
Mr.
point.
Come out to the blue and debate whether or not A hamster is a good bit. Yeah,
Mr.
it's
Cool
this
Man wants
A-hole.
to divide us, not
Look,
unite
I just
us.
need a hamster to put up my butthole again, please.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I said no judgment
Oh.
here, but
Ew.
I like
thought
the
this was like a
hamsters.
pet for his kid.
Yeah.
Wait, that's what...
Yeah, these are we care for these hamsters. I mean,
Oh, you
I
said
am
a
muscle, but I have
hamster-shaped
heart.
hole in my life. What else would it be?
Oh my god. No, it was pure metaphor.
Ooh.
You're
Why
going
would
very
I get a
literal
hamster
with
to
that.
put up my
Yeah.
kid's butthole? What is wrong with
Oh.
the security
No,
guy?
the hamster would be a pet for your kid. Like, he runs on a wheel. He eats little sunflower seeds and corn kernels, you know?
Sharpens
My
his teeth
son
on a...
eats fries and burgers and
No,
stuff.
no,
He doesn't eat
the
sunflower
the
seeds.
hamster
What
would
the fuck is
eat
wrong with
the
you?
grain. Hamsters are often pets. I mean, in many cultures, sometimes guinea pigs are food. I am not sure where this whole up the butt thing comes from. That would be a very terrible experience for both you and the hamster, sir. But I think we've established one thing. You are not a cop. You are not a cop.
Definitely,
No,
not a cop.
this is
Yeah,
true.
I thought we
But what
established
we
that.
have now revealed is, I'm the cop on the ground.
Oh, God damn it again.
Wait, why me?
Legit.
I love how often that trope of like, oh, you gotta tell them if you're a cop, even though that we all know that is 100% not true. But we go to it all the time.
I think Breaking Bad has
Yeah.
the best version of that ever because they have that
Yes.
amazing opening scene where he calls out the guy he suspects on every detail. It's like that, that floral truck down the street, that's clearly an FBI truck. This vehicle over here, that's an obvious plant. You couldn't look any more obvious than you can. And they go through this whole thing and then they finally narrow down to that bullshit. If I'm a cop, I have to tell you I'm a cop. Ask if I'm a cop. Are you a cop? No, I'm not a cop. All right, here's the meth. And then both trucks pull up and everything is called perfectly.
Super.
Hyman, get in my office, have a seat.
What's up?
Look, we came up to the system together, all right? I'm happy to have you on my squad. I'm happy to give you the case you want. But you can't tell people you're a cop. No matter how proud you are, stop telling people you're a cop.
They want to know. The people want to know. And who am I to deprive them of that knowledge?
We've gone over this a million times. It's part of pop culture to, are you a cop? You don't have to actually tell them you're a cop.
But think how fun it is to subvert those expectations. They're like, all right, I'm going to ask if he's a cop. No asking, all telling.
While I believe it is great to subvert expectations, hell, I love throwing a surprise birthday party. You're on the clock. You're doing a job. We're trying to free some hamsters here, man. You delay the case every single time you tell them, hey, my name's Hyman and I'm a cop.
I mean, I've got a personal code. I believe in the rule of law and being the most upright moral citizen you can. I can't lie to these people.
Look, I know your code of, like, we gotta be honest 100% of the time. That's how we develop friendship. That's great. But again, you're not trying to be friends with these guys, okay?
Oh.
We're trying to catch these perps, man. We're trying to put them behind bars.
You're not trying to be friends with these guys?
No, why would I?
I mean, I got a lot of hamsters. I mean, who doesn't want to be friends? It sounds like you're really frustrated by this.
I am frustrated by this. This is the case you want, right? You're like,
Yes.
put me on hamster bias. Please.
I came in when this came across the desk and I slammed my hand down on the table and
Yeah.
said, put me on that case. I want it.
You threw your badge at me, threatened
Yeah.
to quit if you didn't get this job, and I gave it to you, and you said you'd deliver.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to deliver my way.
But look, just because I'm getting Facebook friend requests from all of these people, letting me part of this hamster community, that's not delivering.
You're getting in. You're getting close. We can, come at this. The dragon has two heads. That shit, man. Come on. I don't understand. Like, I'm doing everything to get in there, to ingratiate myself to them, to become part of their circle, to know where the hamsters are coming from. Why are you trying to put up roadblocks for me at every turn?
I guess the main issue I'm having is not only are you saying you're a cop, you're giving your name, you're giving them gun information, but you're telling them when the next stops are coming. You can't give away that information, Mike.
Excuse me, Sarge, I just brought your coffee to you. Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
By the way, I'm vegan.
Seems legit.
Seems super legit.
And scene. See, you nailed a movie or a TV show when you finally get to say the name of the show in the show.
Yep. The titular line is my favorite thing ever.
Oh, when are we going to stop all of these Star Wars?
I think it's especially gratifying in Broadway musicals, though, because there's always a song attached to it, too.
Oh, that's my favorite part of Angels in America.
Like when they say Hamilton, when they finally say Hamilton and Hamilton.
Oh, and you're waiting so long for them to say his
it's
name.
the last line of the entire musical, too, but it's so satisfying.
I hate these cats.
Yeah. Or when they're like, boy, we sure are Les Miserables.
I like it best when it's in an already bad movie.
Oh,
and then it's inserted like,
Someone get those hamsters! There's siren now.
I've got a prime example of that. My mom came to visit. This is 10 years ago, and I'm like, "Hey, Mom, do you want to see a movie together?" And she was like, "Yes." And I was like, "What do you?" And she was like, "Tyler Perry's Let's Get Why Did I Get Married Too?" And by the way, which is a sequel, and it's spelled T-O-O, right?
Like look who's talking to.
Yeah.
Or
Teen Wolf, too.
It's just plain not a good movie. But then at the end, one of the more obnoxious characters in the couple, the husband says, "Why did I get married?" And the wife says, "Why did I get married too?" And then there's also at that moment an earthquake, right? And so I lean over to my mom. It's a small earthquake, and I lean over to my mom and I say, "Well, Mom, you just experienced your first earthquake." And she goes, "Okay, I know it's not good, but it's not that bad." So she didn't even notice the earthquake. She thought I was talking about the quality of the film.
I mean, at least half of that sentence was true. It's definitely not good. The sad part is that they didn't include Tyler Perry Presents. If you say the name, you got to say the whole name, guys.
Does Tyler Perry exist in the world of all of Tyler Perry's films?
Ooh.
No, though there is sort of an extended Tyler Perry universe in that the Medea character could show up at any time.
No matter what.
I would have loved to see Medea show up in one of his like super steamy, cheating, scandalous movies.
Like his anti-AIDS movie?
Or his take when he was the Alex Cross character from like Along Came a Spider.
Oh yeah.
Like she shows up and is like, "Hello." Yeah.
This does have me really excited for his new Star Wars.
Or how about when he was randomly like a Starfleet commander in the Star Trek movie too? Yeah. For Medea to instead be up there would have been spectacular. Yes. Speaking of Starfleet and such, we had a rocket launch today. A successful,
very cool to watch.
First ever successful crewed mission aboard a Falcon 9, and the first crewed flight, space flight from the United States since 2011. So since the space shuttle program shut down.
They were supposed to launch yesterday, right?
They're supposed to launch Thursday, and then it got scrubbed for weather problems. Yeah, like we were down to I think 30 minutes out when they finally had to scrub it. Which can you imagine being
different than the shuttle that it's a I forget the adjective for it, but it's like an immediate launch where they have the exact time that that minute is the only window you have.
Oh,
right.
So if it doesn't happen, you have to wait until the next day. That's usually a few days away when the Earth's rotation and where the space station is are at the right timing so that you actually make it there.
This is the headpiece to the staff of Ra approach. The sun has to come in at just the right angle to illuminate and light the rocket engines.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah. And today, from 2 days ago, I think it was 11 minutes earlier in the day than it was before, because of course everything is slowly, shifting in its timing. But yeah, so they had to get it very precise, and it's cool because when it docks with the International Space Station, it's entirely an automated docking procedure now. Historically, it used to be a person was actually manually on, watching a camera and carefully nudging the thrusters.
I remember all those very tense scenes from movies and TV shows.
Yeah, exactly. So now the whole thing is it's straight up automated, and it's really really cool because they're also for the first time wearing the brand new suits, which are
look really cool. They look so much more, just way lower profile, really sleek. Like it looked like legit sci-fi. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, they look like they belong in a sci-fi film. They also look like they're actually potentially comfortable, or at least way more comfortable, way more maneuverable. They look, and they were just, I remember when they revealed them because these were designed, they actually had a fashion designer involved in designing them. Obviously function matters, but Elon Musk's big thing is, hey, we're going to be using these things for a long time. We want space flight to be sexy, so let's make it look cool.
Super.
This is what we call a make it work moment. Now, you're all going to have a big opportunity today. All right, you have the rest of today to finish your spacesuits. You're going to take them out there, and this is going to be the first runway walk we've done in outer space. So I don't want you to feel pressure, but if those seams aren't completely perfect, the people will actually just explode in space. Their blood will boil first, and then their bodies will freeze, and then they will literally pop in space. But I have faith in all of it.
What episode did we go over airtight seaming?
That's a great... It was 1024.
And how did we feel about the chiffon? Okay, this was really important to me that we go with chiffon, and I just wanted to make sure because I know there was some pushback on it, but I think it's going to be vital to the ensemble.
As long as it's a hermetically sealed chiffon, I think we'll be able to make that work.
Oh, it's got to breathe. It's got to breathe.
My design was a two-piece. It's a two-piece. I don't think I can go forward. I had
the contract you signed. The contract you signed says that your design will be used on television. So we will have to use the design that you used.
It was beautiful design. Very beautiful.
Yes.
Sexy.
And it's sleek. It is sleek. And it's brave.
I am a fashion designer, so as a fashion designer, I do have an underlying hatred of women. So I think I'm still willing to go with my midriff design.
Now,
yes?
I just want to little design question here. We've got a lot more space out in space. A lot more room to fill. So we're cool with glitter again. That's okay.
Yes, yeah, but
we're not worried about polluting space with glitter.
No, just know that if it comes off in the ship, it could move into any of the instruments.
I'm talking about glitter. So yes, it's absolutely going to do that.
Yes.
Well, we could focus on the glitter on the EVA suits because they have to, when they leave the ship, and I think it's going to be a beautiful look because, of course, space is very sparkly already with all the stars. So I'm thinking we put sequins all over the EVA suits. They go out there and they shine as bright as the stars.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You want to burn bright, but not literal.
How about this? We replace solar panels with sequins.
Oh.
I mean, it's innovative.
Oh, see, you're trying to dress the ship now, too? This is thoughtful. This is big.
Oh, not trying.
We're thinking too small with the people.
Look out window. Look at Launchpad. Huh?
You already did it!
Of course I already did it. I'm amazing, world-renowned fashion
dazzling.
Oh, it's a little, it's bright. It's a little blinding. You're thinking big.
I always think big.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an astronomer.
Who is?
Exactly.
None of us.
Exactly. But what I do know is inspiration. And what you've done today inspires me. Maybe it won't generate electricity that will power the oxygen in the life support system.
Oh, definitely not.
But you know what else supports life? Art. And what you've done today, sir, is art.
I think my work here is done. I take my leave.
You may.
You earned it.
Houston, we have a design.
Oh, I get you. From movie with astronauts. Tom Hanks.
He said the name of our show.
Mid-roll reads. At this time of the podcast, we actually like to introduce some new up-and-coming sponsors for our program. Today's mid-roll read is brought to you by the one and only Michael Hyman.
All right. So our first sponsor, space stamps. You know, you might want to use stamps, but we're going into space. And with Space Force and all the big things happening in space, don't you want to communicate to those people out there? Send letters to the field of your loved ones on the front lines of the new frontier, space. We already know your internet's going to be slow, so why not do it a little slower when you know it'll get there? Space stamps. When you need to send a letter, forge into the future the old-fashioned way. Space stamps.
You know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and play that other commercial we've got.
Oh, great. Yeah.
During this difficult time, we've seen how hard life can be for all of us. From people on the front line, to those of you who are working at home, to our smallest children. But it's not just out there what's going on with the coronavirus. It's also our society at large. Racism is still in the streets. Confusion in our political situation. And it's essentially time for us to realize, in a moment like this, we as Americans are all completely fucked. And that's why we here at Store Brand Ice Cream would like to say, we're here for you. We offer high caloric value in large quantities at a price even unemployment benefits will pay for. Store Brand Ice Cream. We're completely fucked. At least you can pretend you're happy for 15 minutes.
That was touching. I gotta tell you. It's nice when the businesses remind us that they're in this with us. Because we're all in this together, and you know, when I know that GM is thinking of me personally and wants me to know that they're there for us at a time like this, and if we want to buy a car, they will gladly sell us that car.
My favorite was back in March when Macy's told me this was an emergency before the federal government.
Yeah.
And of course, they were selling all of their own stock off as fast as they could then, too.
Right. What's irritating me even more now is the Jeep Chrysler did a commercial early on saying something like, in these uncertain times, we're here for you until we can get back on the road again. And then lately, just in the past, like, week, 2 weeks, since the national narrative has just, like, decided to buy into Trump's whines to reopen the country, they now have this commercial that's like the same footage but a new voiceover just saying engines are restarting, park is shifting to drive, and while you get back out there and reopen, Jeep is here for you. And it's just this, like, everyone's just decided, like, you know what, we're over it. I literally can't even with this virus anymore. So,
I've been seeing so many people I know. I mean, on Facebook, so I'm not seeing anyone post and like seeing certain people slowly go off the deep end, and that's been the most depressing. Seeing people that you think might have been irrational or intelligent just fucking completely lose their mind.
Yeah, I think a bunch of us have at least one person in common who we've had to remove from our Facebook feed who went just deep into the QAnon.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's the craziest one entirely that I've seen. But like, this guy I used to work with at camp who's like totally going toward this isn't a real virus. This like not quite saying plandemic, but I've seen that word from other people. But like not fully going there, but like trying to have a like discussion with them, like, well, this is why this is the problem. He says, what about? This is the moment I completely lost respect. What if you rebreathe your own CO2 in your mask?
What?
Like, nope, done. You're
as if no one has ever worn a mask.
People legitimately think that's a problem.
My favorite.
I feel like I've talked about this before.
My favorite version of seeing that on social media was an idiot I went to high school with. Posting a thing about like this whole coronavirus is so overblown. Like, don't let the media like scare you into this. And then another person I went to high school with, the first comment was, "Great, I'll let my dad know he's alive."
Oh.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
that was the end of the conversation.
Super. Hey, man. What's up? Listen, I know I see you wearing the mask over there. I gotta tell you, there's no point, okay? All right? Look, I got the hookup, okay? All right? I got this taken care of.
Sir, as your scuba instructor, I should let you know you're gonna also need to wear a mask.
No. Listen to me. I know you're the instructor. I know you think you're all smart. You know you got this expertise, but expertise is overrated, okay?
Sir,
Listen.
you didn't have to come all the way to Catalina just to do that. All right? Listen, you
I did,
signed
'cause
the
I gotta
waivers.
prove
Please,
myself.
Just put the mask. Oh, Jesus.
No, it's fine. Listen. I don't need a mask because I drink my own urine, okay?
What? Sir, that has nothing to do with self-contained underwater breathing.
No, it's a
apparatus in
cure-all,
any way.
okay? No, it is God's nectar, okay? And all right, all you have to do, you drink your own urine, it solves every medical condition. I don't got cancer, all right? I don't have AIDS, and I have had sex with a lot of people unprotected, still don't have the AIDS, but I drink urine, so it'll solve any problem.
Sir, look, let me check. Gary, according to your paperwork here.
According to that's
Gary,
what I wrote down because I want to play it safe. So you don't know what my name is, but we'll go with Gary for today.
Fine, Gary. If I'm gonna let you get into this water, you have to be masked, okay? It's not just a matter of keeping you safe, but if you're struggling and drowning in this water, I have to turn my attention away from the other people on Scubotics scuba adventure. All right.
As the scuba instructor is talking, Gary is pouring fish blood over his body.
Sir, is that catch? Oh God, that smells terrible.
Oh, it's supposed to smell terrible. If it smelled good, it wouldn't be doing its job. All right. Look, I got this.
Sir,
This wards off
that's
everything.
fish.
Yeah, you got it. It's fish blood.
That's going to attract sharks.
Okay.
So
all
we're
right.
in very shallow waters. Nurse sharks prowl this area. They're normally not dangerous unless they're incited with blood.
But by the principles of homeopathy, you gotta understand that like cures like. So, all right, if the thing that attracts sharks is blood, is fish blood, if I wear the fish blood, it will in fact protect me from the sharks. Okay? All right, you can't keep up with me here. All right, keep up with modern and well, not so much modern. This is ancient stuff. These are ancient ideas that go back easily 100 years.
So I can talk to you about all of those people who started believing in this stuff 100 years ago. You know what all those people have in common? They're all dead now, okay? So homeopathy, it doesn't work. That's why no one has overdosed on homeopathic drugs.
That's because it's
because
safe.
they do nothing. No, it's because they do nothing. You can overdose on any, sir, I'm sorry. You know what, sir? I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna work with these other folks here who are more than willing to adjust the mask, but I cannot let you know.
They're called sheep, all right? That's what they're called, is sheep.
Gary, I'm sorry, sir.
So
Thank you for your patience.
you can't even understand them, all right?
No, I can understand him. I'm a very experienced scuba instructor. What he's saying is he's not going to let your unintelligence keep him from having a good experience in the water. Thank you, sir, for understanding. I know closed-minded individuals are the things that are preventing all of us from moving forward, not just in this experience, but also as a country. Thank you for your wisdom. It's a shame Gary can't understand that. Well, I think structural change would help, and perhaps if it wasn't a black instructor talking to him, he wouldn't feel the need to push back so hard. But I think Gary's got other issues along with his racism.
Whoa, okay. Now you want to bring race into this, all right? You want to make this a racial issue. See, it's people like you who make everything about race.
Yes, it is. Black people in this country, everything about race. You know what? You're right. Thank you.
Gary has a White Lives Matter facial tattoo.
You know what? Josh has an idea. Josh suggests that you get in the water first and a bit, and we'll join you in about 30 minutes.
That's a great, yeah. No, I am totally into this. I am going in. Should I just jump in right now?
Yes, thank you, Josh, for letting Gary lead by example.
Oh, that's
Thank
great.
you.
All right, yeah. I'll lead you sheep. I will lead you sheep right to the slaughter. Yeah. But literally, not, figuratively speaking.
No, you will be leading us to the slaughter.
All right.
It's fine, Gary.
I'll see you all in there. I'm sure the water's warm. All right.
Josh, can you just pop your mask off for 2 minutes?
Did you want to tell him there was a shark?
Sorry, what was that, Josh?
There's a shark. He just
Yeah.
jumped right in.
Yeah, just directly into the mouth. And Josh, I want to say thank you so much.
It's all cool, and I appreciate everything you said, but I don't know that I can dive with you. You didn't say a word about intersectionality. So.
Mid-roll reads.
God, I wish that my character of Gary had actually been at all remotely an absurd caricature, and not, in fact, just basically pulled straight from our current
And not the
reality.
Attorney General.
Right?
Boy.
The weird intersection of like racists and like New Age Unitarians is really troubling.
Ooh.
Like,
Troubling, not necessarily uncommon.
I guess I mean open racists and New Age unity. Like, it used to be it was white people who wouldn't admit they were racist had essential oils, and white people who would had camo and machine guns. And now somehow there are essential oil smelling machine guns.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been following all the stuff in Utah, but it's like now the essential oil capital of like the whole religious essential oils thing. I've been seeing a lot of like high school leftovers from my Christian days, very much touting the essential oils, and that is a hotbed of racism. It's impressive how like suddenly when it's like, oh, it's not something hippies did, it's something Jesus used to anoint people with. Suddenly it's like, oh, well then, cool, we're into it too. I'll take some lavender and some sandalwood.
I wonder how much that comes from the fact that Salt Lake City is, I at least was, I don't know, because I did a few filming projects in Salt Lake City when I was a kid, and at the time it was a massive Wiccan community. Like there was a huge, it was one of the largest Wiccan communities. It was also like at the time it was the second largest gay lesbian community in the United States. Like there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Yeah. And I should say
closeted, right?
Well, no, like openly so. Like that was the thing. It was almost like this counterculture thing. So there was a lot of hippie stuff there. Like this area. It was 8th and 8th was really just a huge for hippie shops. There were a lot of vegan restaurants in that area. So there's a certain counterculture element.
That would mean for them to take something from the Wiccans and make it theirs, that would violate, the Christian ethics, because that would mean the Christians would have to take something that used to belong to a pagan culture and then rebrand it and try to turn it into something Christian.
You mean
and
like
who's ever heard of that?
Yeah, exactly. Which is like never happened to any of their holidays or celebrations or religious figures ever.
No.
Yeah.
Super.
All right, guys. We can make this meeting super fast. Let's just all get a consensus, and then we just call it a day. This product, it's super simple. It smells like cedar. It comes from a mist. We'll just call it cedar mist. Call it a day, unless anybody has any objections.
Well, I mean, they grow cedars in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Why don't we call it Sierra Mist?
Okay, well, another name for mist is spray, so we can call it Sierra Spray, and then we've got the alliteration going.
Well,
when I go to the ocean, I get sprayed with water. I think we should call it ocean spray.
Okay.
Like, we know that our demographic is mostly uneducated white males who play a lot of games and just like aggression. So I'm thinking Sierra Nevada, like the mountains, mist, mountain cum.
See, but I was thinking, cum's a little, where it's going, and we don't want the religious market. So I feel like a good euphemism for cum might be like dew, maybe. So maybe we could go like Mountain Dew here.
Guys, I just want to point out.
I don't know. No, it sounds like he's pitching a like disgusting thing that you would never want to drink. So let's just call it Monster.
No. I think we want to go with that idea of it being like a big creature from the woods, or something like Big Foot or something like that, Like something that's like a big footprint of like ideas,
When of course, really a foot is a euphemism, especially when they're large, for a penis. So we'll just big dick.
I think
Whoa.
we landed
Big
back
dick
on
energy
Monster Cum. I think we're back to Monster Cum. I know
Whoa,
this
whoa,
meeting.
hey! Enough input out of you. You wanted to call it Cedar Mist.
Cedar
You
Mist.
got better ideas.
Who are we selling that to?
Come on.
Come on. We're selling to manly men. And if there's one thing manly men want to drink, it's Monster Cum.
It is. But you know what? I don't need, no homo and everything is what my
No
boys
homo.
say. Okay.
No homo.
No homo.
So I don't know that I'd want to actually be like drinking a can that says cum on it. But how does Monster Cum come out? In a surge. We call it surge.
Oh.
I like it.
And
I
the
mean-
can can be shaped like a dick.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because what's manlier than a dick?
Yeah, what's manlier than a dick?
You get
Maybe
a
we
big,
could,
big dick in your hands, and like you are a man at this point.
Well, I know when I have been bested. Sir, take the dry erase board marker. You are now leader of the group. Surge it is. Good day.
Wait. Squirt.
Oh! Scene. That's scene.
I just learned that Cactus Cooler is essentially dead, and that makes me very sad because that's my favorite soda. Yeah, it only exists now in California and nowhere else in the entire country.
Oh, well, I'm okay with that.
And it's
Really?
basically that's like its last survival point, and it's going to be gone
Oh.
soon. I looked for it online, and there was like a 12-pack on sale for like $30. I was like, well, that's
What?
not happening.
Oh man, that's really depressing.
Steven, way to drop the hammer on squirt, man.
That was good.
What I love about all that is like I don't think that started as a beverage.
No.
No.
Nope. Yeah, you guys moved so fast on that. Like, I didn't even get to call out the pattern that we were doing. Like, it was,
Yeah, I have no idea what your game initially was hoping to be, but like where we went was off the rails in the best way. I switched to. I never ever thought I'd be able to make this switch, but I switched to diet or zero sugar drinks.
Oh God,
in the
I did
last
it
year.
so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
humble
really.
brag.
I never thought I could
I'm
do
sad
it.
about it.
It's like it. All the artificial sweeteners tasted like liquid metal death to me. And I finally reached this point where I think it was one of the zero sugar. Oh, it was Coke Cherry Zero Sugar.
That one's really good.
That was the first one I found where the flavors it masked it just enough that I was okay with it. And having read as much as I had recently about like heart effects of intaking too much sugar and everything else, plus I was just trying to lose some weight, I thought, okay, the easiest thing I can do is try to reduce sugar drinks. I'm not going to go crazy on the rest. I'll still eat sweets and everything else, but if I can just kind of cut out sugar drinks, maybe I'll feel a little bit better. And I slowly started transitioning, and I finally recently reached the point where I can drink diet drinks like no problem. It doesn't bother me anymore. And occasionally I'll drink a sugar drink and have that effect other people have told me they have, where it tastes a little too sweet.
No, Jet, you seem like the person who, or actually several of you guys, seem like the type of people, don't take this the bad way, who know why things are, like the difference between like diet and the zero and what it is that makes it. But like personally, I can't stand still the diet versions, but like I couldn't drink a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi, but like the Coke Zero or Zero Sugar or the Pepsi, now it's Zero Sugar as well, but it was Pepsi Max. I like those.
Yeah.
What's
It's
the
mostly
difference?
marketing, but oftentimes it's because it's the Splenda versus NutraSweet or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
the type of
sucralose.
sugar they
It's
use.
primarily
Yeah.
sucralose is what, and they'll mix them like Diet Mountain Dew is a mix of the two. My wife is super picky on flavors of things, so for her, there's very few that she can tolerate, but Diet Mountain Dew is one. But yeah, I think the zero sugars tend to lean heavily on sucralose over aspartame, and aspartame is definitely way less tolerable.
Wow, am I the only square who stopped drinking soda like over a decade ago?
Yeah.
The smart one?
I quit drinking soda when I was in college because I had a roommate who found out he was diabetic, and then I heard him parrot what his doctor said about like, oh, you can have a Coca-Cola, you just can't eat any sugar for the next 6 months. I was like, but then I started drinking soda again after I had a kid. That was when I discovered that the only way anyone is alive is by drinking caffeine 24 hours a day straight. And so that was a new medical fact for me. So now I'm back to drinking caffeinated sodas.
See, that's what really gets me. It's like I don't mind the diet or there's two things actually that bother me. The diet or the 0 calorie doesn't bother me. What bothers me are the Coca-Cola Classic or the Diet Coca-Cola that advertises that it's caffeine free. It's like you're being a little extra Coca-Cola, like relax, and it's in like a gold can. Like nobody
wants that.
Nobody cares for that. Like diet.
It's basically like it's brown water.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing at that point? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry. One more
will
thing.
it still take the corrosion off my car battery?
Yeah. I
feel similarly about non-alcoholic beer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't need to exist. There's no point.
No, I will disagree. Someone,
I actually have a 6-pack in my fridge.
As someone who is now a super duper lightweight, I like hanging out, but I also have to go pick up my kid from preschool. So I'm gonna have that non-alcoholic beer in order to be like, oh, and now I can feel free to get in the car and pick up my kid without showing up at daycare and being like, what do you mean I can't have them? I made it here.
I do feel like the tagline for O'Doul's should be, O'Doul's, there's probably a story there.
Did we just get a new sponsor?
We actually picked up 2. In my inbox, I got O'Doul's, and I also got Monster Cum, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I guess the other one that kind of gets me is I can roll with the non-alcoholic beer. What gets on my nerves, though, is like the soda that's only 5 calories. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dr. Pepper 10's like one of my favorites, though.
What are we doing?
Do you remember the Pepsi 1?
Yeah.
The 1 calorie?
It's just the tip of soda. That's what it is.
Well, and then there's those snacks, the snacks that advertise like 10 or 70 calories or whatever. And the only reason there's 70 calories or 100 calories is because they put 5 of the thing in the pack. Like there's 5 chips in there.
That is all marketing.
Yeah, how is it even possible for 12 ounces of liquid to only have 10 calories? Like, I feel like...
Well, what you do is, like, if a normal Coke has 120 calories, you put 10% of a Coke in there, the rest up with carbonated water, and then you sell it to the sheep.
Oh, my dad was king sheep then. We would go to the movie theaters. We'd get, like, the huge, giant tub of popcorn that's, like, in plastic, and you get a souvenir. And then he would get, like a gallon of Coke, and he would do this. Can I get half Diet Coke, half regular Coke?
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? Come on. What do we do?
I mean, he's like trying to make a change, but not committed all the way.
Yeah.
He still misses the taste of old Coke, but he's starting to think a little bit about his choices.
But then why do you have a 6-pack of O'Doul's?
Were there pictures of his old girlfriends in the house?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. If as we all know, Coca-Cola has an infinite number of calories. So if you pour half Diet Coke in there, you still have an infinite number of calories.
My thing about the non-alcoholic beer, though, is like, why do you want to just drink bad beer?
Okay, son. All right, we're almost at the halfway point of Terminator. All right? Okay? So, once we reach the halfway point, we're going to leave the theater, and we're going to go and see the second half of the Rainbow Bright movie.
Oh, okay. I feel like maybe this film is not appropriate for a child of my age and developmental stage.
Well, you're 12, all right? You're 12, so if we let you see the entire movie Terminator, then that's a little too much for you. So we're just going to cut you off at the halfway point, and we'll see then the most inane, childish crap, go see Rainbow Bright, and it'll even the two out.
Hey, asshole, I'm trying to watch Terminator. Shut up.
I'm trying to parent here. You shut up.
So what you're saying is, instead of seeing all the way to the end of the movie where the horrible thing is resolved, I'll just see it to where the horrible thing is going to continue forever. Right? The robot will just keep going around murdering.
Oh, this is where he turns his arm into a blade and cuts that guy in half!
All right, don't spoil it for him, all right? Maybe someday he'll be old enough to... Okay, all right.
Oh, look at all that blood!
No, it's fine.
Maybe we could just leave now. Can we just leave now? We'll watch the Rainbow Bright movie and go from there.
No, there's about 2 more minutes left till we reach the official halfway point, and then we'll be exactly half this and half Rainbow Bright.
Arnold's naked ass again? Yeah!
See, these are the formative memories you're gonna have.
Did
all
that
right?
robot just have a stroke?
No, that's just how he talks.
Really?
It's a normal thing.
Wait, why would
It
a
is
robot
absolutely
have an
normal.
accent? That doesn't even make sense.
These are the questions that might get answered for you in the second half of the movie if we stuck around. Spoiler, they're not going to be, but they could be, but it's fine, okay?
Hey, are you talking to this movie and you've seen it before?
I have. I saw it ahead of time so that I knew exactly what I was putting my son through. All right? That's what a good parent does. All right? A good parent properly reviews all the material before he lets his kids see it.
Hey, can you spoil something for me? We gonna see any tits in this?
Or not. Not that I recall.
All right, there better be more blood.
You, sir, are shitting all over the work of James Cameron.
Oh, come
Shut
on.
up.
This guy's going to make nothing but flops for the rest of his career. Look at this piece of crap.
Yeah, this guy's going nowhere.
I'll admit that it does seem like somebody whose ability to write dialogue is that terrible and whose budgets are this bloated, his career is going to go down like some kind of shit.
Yeah, no one's ever going to give this guy more money. This is it. So that's why I'm saving you the rest of this, all right? Okay? So we'll go over there. We're going to see some rainbows and some brightness. And, like, that's about, I think there's a little furry white guy. I don't know. But we're going to see that.
A directorial question. Do you think maybe Cameron would be better if, like, he had someone, like, if he was behind them and they were, like, doing it in his place, like, I don't know, some kind of, like, surrogate or other words for that thing that maybe
a puppet
that
master of some sort, where someone else is pulling the strings, but he's just acting out the actions on their part.
or vice versa, like he's, like they're like, the figurehead of the thing, but it's,
somebody to kind of come in, wave their arms, sort of bend the air around for him.
This is an interesting idea. So some sort of people, I don't know. At that point, I feel like no one's going to believe it if they look like human beings, though. So, like, you gotta, dress them up funny and put them in funny colors, like Smurfs or something. We should see the Smurf movie. Maybe we'll see the Smurf movie instead of Rainbow Bright.
It doesn't matter, all right? Whatever Cameron does, all right? The truth is within the storytelling, all right? And if you can't figure out how to make these lies on screen feel true, it's all going to be a bunch of garbage, okay?
Sir...
Now go see your Rainbow Bright movie.
I had to stop the film and turn the lights on because you were being disruptive. And now I'm going to have to ask you and your son to leave because you're planning on stealing movie viewing.
Hey, no, we paid for a full movie and we saw half of this one. We're going to see half of the other one. It seems like we're getting our money's worth.
Hey, Movie Stooge, hang on. You said something really intriguing. You talked about a Smurf movie. There's no Smurf movie. Are you from the future?
Yeah, we're not playing Smurfs. They're just a cartoon.
Dad,
I'm
I
saying
think it's time we
Rainbow
tell them.
Bright was just a TV show before it became a movie.
Dad, it's time we tell them.
You're busted now.
It's time we tell the truth.
All right.
Judgment Day is here.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you the truth. I'm from the future.
Sir, if you're
Where's
a Terminator, you
German
have to
accent?
tell us. That's the law.
It's
Are
not
you
true. That's
are
a
you
myth.
Terminator?
That's a myth that we spread to keep from people catching us. All right. We can lie to you all
folks,
we want.
You can relax. He's not a Terminator.
I'm
Wait,
here to kill James Cameron.
Are you one of the German Terminators or one of the liquid Terminators?
Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
And
Na-na-na.
Oh, that's going to be the end theme music to this episode.
That would be a nice close. Like, just end it on that with a...
Yeah. And I can edit out all of this talking I'm doing right now and just let your guys' music go.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Guys, do you think we can get the rights to the Terminator soundtrack to be the music for our episode?
Request.
Oh, that's great. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think last season and this season has definitely had some music that has been very Terminator-esque, and it feels really good for the episodes.
Quick, very unimportant side question to Jet.
Yeah.
I stopped that show once Homegirl got superpowers. I like watched the first episode where she was like earthquake hands or whatever.
Yeah, Quake.
And it became something where it was like, hey guys, remember the Inhumans? Everyone please forget about the Inhumans. Is it worth picking up that show again? Because I heard it was good.
It really is.
Oh,
yeah.
the whole season with Ghost Rider is great.
The beauty of the show is once they really start to accept the fact that they're the black sheep of the MCU and they don't have to tie into the films, they start just having fun. And so especially I'd say the last 3 or 4 seasons, they've just started getting creative and doing fun stories and really complex story arcs. The characters are really fun. Coulson's always fun, but the other characters start to fill out better too. And they start playing with wacky, like they have an entire episode that is a play off of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Nice. They do some really weird stuff. They have a few action sequences that are some really amazing first person fight sequences. They just start having fun with the show. And it got really, like, obviously that first season was super weak because they were waiting for their tie-in to Winter Soldier.
A lot of the fight choreography with May is really good too.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Really good.
Yeah, Ming-Na Wen is
fantastic.
Fantastic. But yeah, Quake herself, like, she is a part of the cast, and most of them don't have superpowers. You start picking, like, Yo-Yo has certain inhuman abilities. There's a couple that do. But overall, it's character driven, and also it starts getting the plots start getting really intricate and complex.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure what happened at the end of last season or most of last season. I'm a little confused.
It was confusing, but they mostly just had fun.
That was the multiverse one, right? With the big dude and the alternate Coulson.
Yeah.
Right. And the
I'm going to go ahead.
Right.
I actually am going to go ahead and bounce just in case I wind up wanting to have any of this, because it's time for me to go parent again.
Yep. No, it's a good time for us to end the show too. We're at the hour mark. Yeah. So,
thanks, guys. This was fun.
Thank you guys for coming together with all of us. I'd say for joining me, but for joining one another. This was super fun. Anything anyone wants to promote before we go? Because of course you all have a lot of. You've got some stage shows, some stand-up routines coming up. You've all got some big stuff.
Don't forget to eat pod chicken and drink Monster Calm. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
I don't believe anything's on. Oh, my time. I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on. Oh,
Okay, I know it's not good, but it's not that bad.